Temperatures now the big story heading into the overnight. I'm talking about a big drop and looking ahead to more snow chances. That's just ahead.
We simply, in this particular case, we're not willing to compromise the interests of the city to make a deal.
The new investors of Centerpoint have now pulled out of the project, what Lexington city leaders and people who work nearby are saying tonight.
New information tonight about that salmonella outbreak in Estill County. Are health leaders any closer to finding the source?
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening to you. Some dangerously cold air has settled into the bluegrass, and it is another WKYT First Alert severe weather day.
And temperatures could fall into the single digits overnight with wind chills even colder than that. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He shows us what's on the First Alert Defender right now.
Yeah, guys, Defender beginning to look a lot better in terms of those pesky snow showers and squalls we've had over the past couple of days. As you mentioned, it's all about the cold air. Wind chills right now, high single digits to low teens. Actual temperatures where skies are clearing now dropping 12 degrees already into Covington. 18 for Lexington, Mount Sterling. Moorhead, we're down to 16, 15 here into Jackson. What's happening, we're getting some clouds, some stars kind of dancing about through the air right now. And as skies clear, temperatures drop, a little cloud cover comes over, those thermometers rise just a little bit. But if you're out and about tonight, you're noticing, though, very few in the way of snowflakes flying for the first time in a couple of days. So your Defender radar network is looking much, much better, and we are indeed picking up more and more holes in the clouds. That will allow temperatures to drop as we go through the overnight. Those readings first thing tomorrow morning will be high single digits to low teens, depending on where you are and depending on exactly how much cloud cover you have where you live. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see the sun for the first time in a while for a lot of us, with temperatures still into the 20s, way below normal. By this time tomorrow night, this particular model suggests the possibility of a little snow flurry action, with thermometers beginning to come up just a little bit. When I come back at 11:13, we're going to track more snow threats into that 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. It's been in the works for nearly 8 years, but tonight many people in Lexington are asking this question: will Centerpoint ever be built?
Well, the project received a major setback today when the new investors announced they're no longer interested. WKYT broke the story at 5. So where do we go from here? New tonight, Garrett Weimer has reaction from Lexington's vice mayor and a council member. He begins our top story team coverage.
City leaders say they're frustrated too.
And the frustration is very real. We all want to see something done.
Everybody would like to see something happen there. That's a very important part of the community. But what we want to see there needs to be the right thing.
What that'll be is again back up in the air. In a letter to Mayor Jim Gray, investors say they tried to solve a problem that has vexed Lexington for nearly a decade. But the city's desire for a new standalone city hall won't work for them.
We simply, in this particular case, we're not willing to compromise the interests of the city to make a deal.
The night before all this happened, investor Matt Collins actually spoke at council's work session, where consultants presented a report on possible locations for a new city hall. Some council members were concerned about certain details being made public, but Collins said he was confident in the proposal.
Have at it. We think the numbers tell a compelling story. We think that that it's something that would be maybe advantageous to all of us to get out there.
Attorney Mason Miller told investors their, quote, take it or leave it approach ended further negotiations. Council members say the deal just wasn't worth it.
I think everyone on council and in the city wants a result on that square and wants to see progress. And it's unfortunate that the offer that we received just wasn't the best deal for the city.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Vice Mayor Steve Kay says his understanding is that the ball is now back in the court of the Centerpoint landowners. He says they remain under notice that the hole will need to be filled in if they don't move forward with new developments.
Many business owners around the Centerpoint block have told us the project has caused them plenty of frustration over the years. They say the empty hole in that block has driven customers away. So what do they think about the new developments today? Monique Blair continues our top story team coverage.
I would compare it to Bourbon Street on weekends, even through the week.
A block of land that once provided delight for many people in Lexington now only provides memories.
We added a lot of culture to downtown as far as some of the retail that was there and entertainment.
In 2008, nearly 1 block of historic buildings were demolished to make way for what was then supposed to be a skyscraper.
I mean, we were looking forward to development or, something, but it never happened.
Regardless of what they wanted to see become of Centerpoint once it was finished, the people who work and own businesses right here in this area tell me they just want to see it become something.
Anything, anything other than that.
McCarthy's Irish bar owner Peter Kiley says ever since 2008, his business has experienced a 25 to 30% decrease.
We're lucky we've survived. A lot of places, not even in Centerpoint, around have closed. We've seen them come and go.
For others who work near the site of Centerpoint, the latest news didn't come as a surprise.
As a taxpayer, I'm sure as many people in Lexington, I'm upset about it. Just the waste is just, it's waste all the way around.
Kiley says for now he is still holding on to hope.
I mean, look at it, it's the perfect spot for business, It's the heart of the city. You couldn't look for any more.
In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
So here's a look back at some of the key events in Centerpoint. Demolition of the buildings on that block began in 2008. Grass was planted in the block the following year, and in 2010, the block was used for events connected to the World Equestrian Games. Blasting began at the site in 2014 to begin a planned parking garage underground. Last April, the city demanded the developer at that time, Dudley Webb, fill in the site. A compromise was later worked out, and in August, new investors took over that project. But today, they announced they're backing out. On WKYT.com, you can look back on the project's history and take a look at the letters sent by the developers to the city.
New tonight, the Estill County Health Department says more illnesses have been linked to a salmonella outbreak. Health leaders say they now have 32 confirmed salmonella cases. They say 64 people in all reported having stomach-related illnesses. The health department is still trying to figure out the source of that outbreak. The Eagles Roost Sports Bar and Restaurant in Irvin closed as a precaution. The health department said it was inspected yesterday and no major infractions were found. Inspectors did send off 2 food samples from the restaurant for testing.
New tonight, investigators in Maryland say a man killed 2 sheriff's deputies before being killed by police. Police say the 67-year-old man walked into a crowded restaurant this afternoon in Abington near Baltimore and shot a deputy. Then minutes later, police say he killed another deputy during a shootout nearby. Police killed the man during that shootout. The names of the deputies have not been released. Police are not sure what led to the shootings, but they say the shooter was wanted for assaulting a police officer in Florida. And new tonight, state police say they found a stolen vehicle from Lexington in Whitley County. Police say they pulled over 43-year-old Glennis Nance this afternoon for not wearing his seatbelt. They say they soon realized the Jeep he was driving had been reported stolen in Lexington last month. Police say Nance also had crystal meth and Suboxone strips. They arrested him.
It has grabbed national attention. A man known for dancing in Rupp Arena during UK games fell in the stands with a young girl in his arms. It happened during last night's game against Georgia. Video from ESPN shows Darren Moscow picking up 10-year-old Aubrey Derrickson as he was dancing, and then he fell. Aubrey wasn't injured. He said Moscow later apologized to her. And in an exclusive interview with WKYT, she said she hopes he'll continue to entertain fans during the game.
I want him to keep dancing. I don't want him to stop. And I did see the video, the apology video that he posted, and that was so sad it really almost made me cry.
Moscow also told us that he is extremely apologetic for what happened. We contacted Rupp Arena leaders to see if he would be allowed to keep dancing during games, but so far we have not heard back. New tonight, former Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear says he is planning to make what he calls a major announcement tomorrow. The former governor didn't release any more details tonight other than his announcement concerns Kentucky's future. He is planning news conferences in both Lexington and Louisville tomorrow.
The Republican presidential candidates are now turning their attention to South Carolina, but 2 of them decided to drop out of the race today. That's in 9 minutes.
And then what investigators think caused an explosion that destroyed a home in southeastern Kentucky today.
Skies are slowly clearing, allowing temperatures to drop heading into the overnight, but I'm focusing on the weekend and how we may bookend that weekend with snow chances and Arctic cold in between. It's a busy 7-day forecast with more winter next.
A devastating fall got her to the hospital. What they found changed her life. Brain cancer.
At first I thought my life was over.
The amazing story that has led her back home to UK. A life-saving fall. Thursday at 6 on WKYT. Kentucky mornings start here. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT.
No means no. If you've asked a company to stop calling your cell phone and they don't, it could mean $1,500 per call. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Kentucky Lottery's Keno, the exciting way to have fun every 5 minutes.
Fueling imagination.
Funding education.
The world doesn't slow down for anyone. Neither do we. The bold 2016 Toyota Camry. Aggressively styled, with available 18-inch wheels, dual exhausts, and the most advanced features right at your fingertips, including blind spot monitoring and wireless charging. Now, get a new 2016 Camry with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $500 bonus cash. Or lease this Camry now for only $179 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
They say life gets better the older you get, and time becomes more valuable. Time to spend with family, time to try new things, time to have fun. At Kroger, you can have your prescriptions filled while you shop, so it's easy to save money and time with your Kroger pharmacy. And you can get back to the things you love.
Be heart smart. Your Kroger pharmacist can help you understand your heart health numbers, your medications, and so much more. See your Kroger pharmacist today.
Valentine's Day is this Sunday. With the one you love, come to Pandora of Lexington in the Fayette Mall.
Have something that needs investigating? Email us or call the WKYT Investigates tip line.
We continue with the WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day, as it's all about the cold now that the snows, at least this go around, are winding down. Temperatures tonight with the winds. It's the wind chill. Feels like it is 9 into Moorhead 10 for Lexington. Could see those numbers even lower, 0 to 5 above at some point later tonight. Current temperatures where skies are clearing. We're dropping quickly now, 12 into Covington, mid to upper teens across most of central and eastern Kentucky. Western Kentucky, more in the way of clouds. Had some snow earlier today into parts of western Kentucky. Look upstream, though, those temperatures around Indy to Chicago, 12, 11. That is an area that could see readings flirting with 0. We're not talking about 0 around here, but again, high single digits to low teens will show up as skies slowly clear up just a little bit. See this little plume of some clouds coming in to parts of Indiana and Illinois, or I should say Ohio. That's actually coming off Lake Michigan. You can trace that one little bank of clouds all the way to Lake Michigan. Thankfully, the wind flow is beginning to diminish, and because of that, we're starting to see the snow shower and flurry threat finally going by the wayside. Early tomorrow morning, I still can't rule out a snow flurry into parts of eastern Kentucky, especially tomorrow afternoon, though. Looks better after a frigid start to the day. Maybe some mid-20s where you live. Some sun around. That'll go a long way in kind of adding a little pep to our step. Then tomorrow evening, it's a quick drop again through the teens. Set up as we go into the weekend. It's a cold one. We got an Arctic front in here as we go into Friday night and Saturday morning. Look at this big push of cold air across the Great Lakes into sections of New England. The northeastern part of the country could be talking about temperatures going to 20 to 30 below 0 in some cases. Thankfully, we're not getting in on that much cold. We're still going to get in on another chunk of some cold air. Early tomorrow morning, where the skies are clear, southern Kentucky, you've got some mid to upper teens. Where we're clear across parts of central and northeastern Kentucky, high single digits to low teens. Tomorrow afternoon, everybody gets in on at least some rays of sunshine. That'll look good, though you'll have to wear the shades tomorrow. When the sun is out, because the snow out there, you'll have a little snow and sun glare kind of doing a little dance on the eyes tomorrow afternoon. Heading into tomorrow night, clouds will increase, and if anything, by Friday morning, when you wake up, temperatures are coming up a little bit. As we go through the day, there's a little round of snow diving in from northwest to southeast. Look at your 10 o'clock temperatures Friday. Then look at how quickly those drop by the time we hit 7 o'clock Saturday morning. Low teens, still leftover flurry or two. Saturday afternoon, we may not get to 20 for your high temperature, even with a little sunshine. How about that Valentine's Day morning? 5 to 10 above across parts of central and eastern Kentucky. That's how we start the day. Then once we get past that very cold start to Valentine's Day, we're going to focus on a storm system that rolls across the Tennessee Valley. What happens after that, can't tell you just yet. I know it's going to throw at least a little snow our way late Sunday into Monday. If it takes the track that some of the models suggest now, that could be a decent snowmaker into parts of the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, into the Northeast. How much? A little? A lot? Too early to tell. Check back in over the next couple of days. Those readings cold right on through that extended forecast period, and we're watching late Sunday into Monday and Tuesday for that possible storm threat.
Not much to say about this really, really cold and dangerous cold weather out there.
It is. Thankfully, the clouds right now are keeping the temperatures from really plummeting, but those clouds are going to scatter later tonight. Temperatures drop quickly.
All right, Chris, thank you.
You bet.
It stood for decades, but a historic Eastern Kentucky bridge is now gone. That's in 8 minutes.
The treasure folks are loving is the ocean's greatest haul. McDonald's Filet-O-Fish, the most golden of them all.
Right now, get 2 flaky Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $5.
It's President's Day weekend at Green's Toyota of Lexington, and we're offering cold, hard cash to heat things up. Save up to $5,000 off MSRP on new Toyotas with our Green Saver coupon. Special APR offers available from Toyota Financial Services on 13 different Toyota models, including 0% APR on our most popular models. And get $2,000 customer cash on 13 different Toyota models. Hurry in to Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer, Green's Toyota, for President's Day weekend savings.
Great people, great cars, think Green's.
Steak? I thought we were on a budget.
I can't eat another fish stick.
I hear you. How about a vacation?
I thought we were on a budget.
If we book on Allegiant, we can totally afford it. The sun, the surf, we all deserve a break. Listen to your wallet.
Kids all set?
Yeah. What should I order? It's so beautiful here. I love the sun. The weather is perfect. My tan looks amazing.
Ready to eat?
Listen to your wallet and visit Allegiant.com now.
Stop paying high electric bills. Call Eastern Airflow and upgrade to a new energy-efficient Timstar heating system. With offices in Richmond and Prestonsburg, we serve all central and eastern Kentucky. We now offer in-house financing for Timstar systems.
H.H. Gregg's President's Day sale is going on now.
Greg's got it!
Save up to 35% off TVs and furniture. Big brand TVs like Samsung, Sony, LG, and more. Buy an RCA 58-inch smart TV, just $498. Then make your great room even greater with sofas, dining sets, and more. Get a recliner, just $449. Plus 0 interest for up to 48 months. Celebrate the savings now at H.H. Gregg.
Greg's got it!
Get your car looking brand new again at Jeff's Car Wash, voted best in Lexington 20 years in a row. With plenty of options for any budget, Jeff's gives you the best car wash in town. Get wax and tire magic for just $12 with our exterior wash and go.
These gray skies, you could shake them up, we could
Wake up with a hot McCafe coffee starting at only $1.
The field of Republican presidential candidates is smaller tonight, a day after the New Hampshire primary.
2 candidates decided today they don't have enough support to continue. As Mark Albert tells us, for the rest, it's on to South Carolina.
Donald Trump told a packed arena in Clemson that South Carolina is next on his march to the GOP presidential nomination.
If we win here after winning so big in New Hampshire, all of these characters are going to give it up. We're going to run the table, and we will make America great again. That I can tell you.
Carly Fiorina and Chris Christie dropped out Wednesday after disappointing finishes in New Hampshire. Christie posted a message on Facebook saying, "I'm so proud of the campaign we ran, the people that ran it with me, and all those who gave us their support and confidence along the way." Senator Ted Cruz won the Iowa caucus, but came in third in New Hampshire. He says he can still win the presidential nomination.
One of the most important conclusions coming out of these first 2 states is that the only candidate who can beat Donald Trump is me.
Ohio Governor John Kasich finished second in New Hampshire.
Everybody had counting me out. And then all of a sudden I rise up and
Okay, so then next week they'll count me out again.
He now becomes the leading candidate in the establishment crowd to take on Trump and Cruz. But that means he has a target on his back from the other mainstream hopefuls.
I'm a big Kasich fan, but I think I'm a better candidate to take on Hillary Clinton.
Senator Marco Rubio is hoping to fix what went wrong after his 5th place finish in the Granite State. Mark Albert for CBS News, the White House.
South Carolina Republicans go to the polls February 20th. Up next for the Democrats, Nevada, which has a caucus the same day.
New tonight, neighbors say a Bell County couple is lucky to be alive after an explosion at their home today. Firefighters think a kerosene heater may have sparked the explosion at the home in Middlesboro. It also caused a fire, and that burned the house to the ground. Neighbors say they couldn't believe what they saw and heard.
I've never heard anything like that. I mean, I've heard gunshots and stuff like that, but this was loud. This was really loud, especially if you can hear it a mile away.
And neighbors say the couple's dog ran off after the explosion. At last check, they were still trying to find him.
Tonight, a Knox County father is being called a hero after helping his wife and children escape their burning home. The fire started early this morning in the Hinkle community. Jessica Warfield says her husband Brian and the couple's 8- and 12-year-old children were asleep at the time. She says he rushed through the house to get everyone out.
He punched out the window and we got our little girl out and our little boy who woke us up.
The father and one of the children had to be treated for smoke inhalation, but they're expected to be okay. Firefighters think that fire started near a stove. The family lost another home to a fire last year. New tonight, the Royal Caribbean cruise ship that had to turn around after running into a storm is back home tonight. The Anthem of the Seas pulled into its home port in New Jersey a few hours ago. 4,500 passengers were on board, but none of them were seriously injured. The ship ran into 30-foot waves and hurricane-force winds Sunday, which caused some damage to the boat.
Tonight, a nearly 90-year-old bridge in Perry County is history. And that's it. State highway crews demolished the old Highway 80 bridge today. It was built in 1929. It was 450 feet long. There had been an effort to move the bridge somewhere else, but the state couldn't find a good option. A new bridge opened last year as a replacement. Happened pretty fast.
Yeah. Coach Cal's Cats have cranked up the defense, Rob.
They have, and it has paid off these last couple of games. And the Cats are getting ready to head back out on the road. It does not look like it'll be easy Saturday at South Carolina. Sports is next.
I'm WKYT's Barbara Bailey, and I stand for Kentucky.
What is going on?
Today we're going to run a slalom course, not down the mountain, but up it.
That's terrifying.
In one of these.
Sweet.
The Chevy Silverado offers a combination of four-wheel drive and an exclusive auto-locking rear differential.
Let's do this.
So if a rear wheel starts to slip, the axle automatically locks to provide better traction.
Feels like a beast. Grip's great. Dude, that was awesome.
Now during Truck Month, get this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $7,500. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $87 million.
Every day holds promise. A chance to do things a little better than the day before. An opportunity to make a difference, one life at a time. At Clark Regional Medical Center, we are working to redefine excellence in healthcare by providing the technology, specialties, and services you need right here at home. Together, making communities healthier. That's the promise of Clark.
Negotiating an injury settlement with an insurance company directly without an attorney may seem like a good idea at first. After all, you get the whole pie. But studies by the insurance industry itself found that settlements are much larger when the injured person is represented by an attorney. Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro of the Becker Law Office. Most importantly, even after the attorney's fee is paid, you still get more than settling by yourself. Don't go it alone. Serious, experienced results. Call the Becker Law Office. Just dial 3.
Wouldn't it be great to know what your car payment will be before you visit the dealership?
Thanks to Your Deal, Your Way, now available exclusively at paulmillermazda.com, you can pick your payments and negotiate the best price for your new Mazda.
This is the easy, convenient, and private way to get your deal your way.
Visit paulmillermazda.com to get the deal you love online.
Your deal, your way.
Points, click, save. paulmillermazda.com.
Going to a fast food joint for slow-smoked pork is like going to a carpenter for a root canal. Sure, they got a drill, but do you really want that in your mouth? Come get some real slow-smoked pork at Sonny's Barbecue. Both pulled and sliced pork with sides and bread for $9.99, or with a redneck egg roll for $11.99. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
Kentucky rolling over Georgia last night, and afterwards John Calipari emphasized the defensive effort. Cal again blaming himself for getting away from team defense to concentrate on offense. And just like offense, good defense can be contagious.
Yeah, I mean, one guy starts bringing energy, then it's just like rolling downhill. You know, everybody else is going to come with it, and if you don't, then coach is probably going to take you out, because you can't. Once you hit that level, you don't want it to, stop. You want to keep going and going, and it's just how it is.
A lot of times with us, and I say it all the time, it comes back to me. It comes back to me. It's, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. When you have young teams, it's easy when you have veteran teams. I can blame them. You've been here 3 years. You should know. When you have all these young guys, it's hard to blame them now.
Derek Willis had a sensational dunk in the first half last night, and in the second half, Dominique Hawkins just went right by the D, right down the lane, and slammed it.
I was excited, and it was a big play, and right in front of our bench, right in front of the student section, the rep zone. So, it was a big slam. I knew it was coming the whole time. As soon as he got the steal, I was waiting for it to happen.
Cats travel to South Carolina Saturday. It's a noon tip on ESPN. Speaking of South Carolina, the Gamecocks and LSU tonight in Columbia. And in the second half, P.J. Dozier coming up with a steal, the layup at the other end, and the Gamecocks go up by 5. LSU trying to come from behind. Ben Simmons, the reverse layup, cuts the lead to 4. But South Carolina not denied. Michael Carrera, great move around Keith Hornsby. He scores and the foul. South Carolina winning it 94-83. It is a 3-way tie for first in the SEC. Kentucky, South Carolina, and LSU. Texas A&M and Alabama in Tuscaloosa. The Aggies down 4, final minute. Anthony Collins' three-pointer cuts the lead to 1. 63-62. Same score. 8 seconds left. Collins driving in. He gets 2 shots with 2 seconds to go. He missed the first one. 93% free throw shooter. Alabama wins it. 63-62. A&M falls a game back in the standings. The Cats play in College Station 1 week from Saturday. Tomorrow night in Moorhead, it'll be the rivalry game between Moorhead State and EKU. The Colonels coming off back-to-back road wins against the OVC's 2 best teams. Saturday, EKU handed Belmont its first ever OVC loss at home.
We really took the next step and grew up on this trip. After having such demoralizing losses at home against Murray State, against Moorhead State, and Tennessee Martin, all coming down to pretty much the same possession, and to be on the wrong end of those was tough. And to go on the road and beat 2 great teams like Tennessee State and then follow it up with a Belmont win was really special.
Tom Jurich is denying a report that he could leave Louisville for Southern Cal. Jurich grew up in Southern California, but he told WKYT today, "I'm staying right where I am." In the NBA tonight, Archie Goodwin getting into it with Markieff Morris on the Phoenix bench. The fight happening during a timeout The season has pretty much been a disaster for the Suns. They have won only 14 games all year. And Kentucky is looking for a PA announcer for baseball and softball, and on this cold winter's night, the auditions began. At John Kropp Stadium, the first night of open tryouts were being held. Dozens of fans were taking their shot behind the mic. Some have experience, some have none, but all excited about the chance.
Really enjoy listening to baseball and baseball commentary on the radio, and I think you kind of have to make your own way.
I got a lot of experience doing this. I've been doing it for a while, and I've always been a fan of K. Will Lefford and Ralph Hacker and the guys back in the days.
Everybody loves the Big Blue, and what a great opportunity that you got to congratulate the University of Kentucky for giving people the opportunity and opening it up.
Brian Milam will have much more on that tomorrow night. Stay with us. Matt Jones is next.
What makes P-Rat's Saturday sales super? Up to 50% off. 5 years, 0 interest. Double the free stuff. Up to $1,000. And doorbusters all throughout the store. Preview Friday. Plus, we're giving away over $5,000 in prizes Saturday.
When it comes to your heart, there's one team that's leading the way to better care in the area. Baptist Health. Our team exceeds national standards for heart attack care and has been recognized with top quality ratings for cardiac surgery. From clinical research trials to advanced imaging and surgical options, our heart specialists provide nationally recognized comprehensive care. Right here at Baptist Health.
It's President's Day weekend at Green's Toyota of Lexington, and we're offering cold, hard cash to heat things up. Save up to $5,000 off MSRP on new Toyotas with our Green Saver coupon. Special APR offers available from Toyota Financial Services on 13 different Toyota models, including 0% APR on our most popular models. And get $2,000 customer cash on 13 different Toyota models. Hurry in to Kentucky's #1 Toyota dealer, Green's Toyota, for President's Day weekend savings.
Great people, great cars, think Green's.
We had real people make their own pizzas. They chose the ingredients they wanted.
I'd like the fresh dough.
What's PHA? I'm gonna go with the one that doesn't have the acronyms.
Get the one without fillers. What are fillers?
You guys just made your pizza the way I make my pizza.
Hooray!
No ingredients that you can't pronounce, no artificial flavors. And we're proud to announce our new quality guarantee. Love your pizza or get another one absolutely free.
Get any large pizza with up to 5 toppings for just $9.99. Online only.
At papajohns.com.
What is going on?
Today we're going to run a slalom course. Not down the mountain, but up it.
That's terrifying.
In one of these.
Sweet.
The Chevy Silverado offers a combination of 4-wheel drive and an exclusive auto-locking rear differential.
Let's do this.
So if a rear wheel starts to slip, the axle automatically locks to provide better traction.
Feels like a beast. Grip's great. Dude, that was awesome.
Now during Truck Month, get this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $7,500. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
Like to know how to avoid measuring, marking, and bad cuts with your circular saw? With the Craig Rip Cut Saw Guide, you'll make those accurate cuts repeatedly without measuring or marking your boards. The Rip Cut adjusts quickly to your cutting width, making cuts in plywood and MDF fast, easy, and accurate every time. Great projects all start with perfect cuts, so get the Craig Rip Cut Saw Guide today. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Get your Craig Rip Cut at craigcutting.com or these and other fine retailers.
If you have questions about overtime violations or the wage and hour laws in our state, visit forthepeople.com to learn more. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Saturday at P-Rats, win this Ashley sofa, this iComfort queen set, this 65-inch LED TV, this Flex Steel recliner, or this Frigidaire French door refrigerator. Register during our Super Saturday sale.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on 104.5 The Cat.
Kentucky played maybe its most complete game of the season against Georgia on Tuesday night, with everybody contributing and the entire team playing well. With the news that Alex Poythress is going to be out for a couple weeks, if not longer, it's important that Kentucky get contributions from every player, and we saw that last night. Jamal Murray was great. Tyler Eulis was excellent as usual. But you saw good shooting from Derek Willis, 7 rebounds from Scal. Dominique Hawkins had 9 points. Marcus Lee had 2 lob dunks. There were a lot of players contributing quite a bit. But the one I was most impressed with was Charles Matthews. I'll be honest, throughout this season so far, I've wondered if Charles Matthews could give Kentucky anything. Usually when he came in the game, he looked lost, he couldn't score or play defense. But last night we saw exactly why Calipari likes him. He was quick on defense, got to some offensive rebounds, and was able to finish at the rim. He's a key contributor, along with Hawkins, if Kentucky's going to be able to make a run in March. It can't just be Ulis and Murray, and last night was a good step towards getting to that goal. I'm Matt Jones, and this has been Overtime.
All right, our overtime with Chris Bailey means colder temperatures.
Exactly right. A few single digits will show up tomorrow morning. Sun, though, tomorrow afternoon. We can all be happy about that. We're keeping an eye on the weekend, though. A lot of Arctic air coming into town, too.
All right, thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.